Congratulations, it's a speaker. Lessons from canines and R.I.P. Roomba. All this and more on today's Brilliant Observations. Do, 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 do.
Meow, 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 meow.
We should totally have cats do our opening from now on.
Super pass. Fuck 'em.
No? Not
Fuck
a
'em.
cat.
No,
Not
they're
a cat
horrible and bad. I
They're
actually
horrible.
I actually saw somebody on TikTok, big surprise, just this morning say, you know how people resemble their pets? And then he went on to say it in a weird way. I hadn't heard this one. He goes, dog people are friendly and cat people are lonely. And I was like, what? And he just kept rolling. And he goes, I need a raccoon because I'm constantly eating trash. And,
I love him.
I have bags under my eyes. Like, it was just super stupid and cute. But I was like, I don't think cat people are lonely. I think cat people frighten me because they obviously commune with the devil in ways that feel very powerful.
Ginger, she does not mean that at all. Ginger, she loves you.
When you
Do not-
embrace that sort of death threat in your life
that
on-
any moment.
on the reg, you have my respect. And also, I feel like that's
What's your objection that at any moment they could decide I've had enough of you, the claws come out and they just jump straight
It's not
in the
that
air
I
and
have
kill you?
an objection. I will not have a cat in my home. I won't. When I'm around cats, it's a 50-50 whether I'm going to engage with that cat in any way, right? 50-50 whether I couldn't be bothered. The cat's here. It doesn't give me any kind of response physiologically in any way. Or the other 50 is get that fucking bestial presence away from me.
Wow.
Don't like it. It's never I love this cat, I want time with this cat. It's either abject indifference or open hostility. Those are the only two, and it's visceral. I don't know where it comes from. Don't care where it comes
I'm
from.
going to pick this scab a little bit. I'm
a Leo, so that's cat.
That means nothing to me.
That's cat, right?
A big cat. Yeah,
That's
okay.
in there. So it's like, don't fucking come for me. You work for me is number one. And I don't trust you. I don't know you. I don't know your people. I don't know your ways. I don't like you. I mean, it's just.
But you don't feel that way about people. And
no,
I really
it's
feel
vibrational. No,
like cats are more like people than they are like.
No.
As dogs are more like, I don't know. Dogs
Cats
just
are more
pure
like
souls.
snakes. Cats are more like
Oh, shit.
shotguns. Cats are more like no. They're weapons. They're nuh-uh. What's
The
going on?
truth about cats and dogs. I also have a 50-50 with cats. Mine is 50%. What can I do to please you?
Oh God, fuck that.
Please like me. I would love to love a cat, but a lot of the cats that I have known, everything's under their rules and they decide. I say who, I say when, I say how much, and I don't appreciate that from a subordinate in my home.
I got to tell you, that's full respect. That's the part that I'm like, game. I see you, I feel it.
I am
Bring
you.
it. No, I mean that power structure, that inversion dynamic, all about it. I love it. It's not fucking happening to me. No thanks. Don't want to engage with you in the same way that I wouldn't have a squirrel in my home. Do you know? I wouldn't have a bat in my fucking home. There are some creatures that can go with their kind, and that's it. I don't need you. Right? Have some mosquitoes on me. Stay out. I don't want you in my yard. I don't want you near me. You fucking creep me out. I don't. And when
I
you
hope
look at
you
the
get all cat
hieroglyphs,
videos. Right?
it's filled up with bats and snakes and cats and squirrels. They're the ones in all the ancient Egyptians foretold that the downfall of society is coming from these, winged, befangled creatures of the death line.
Okay, we'll dig into that
I'm
another
just saying.
time.
I'm just speaking it. We're all thinking it. I'm just saying it.
No, I'm leery of an animal that you can drop from any height and will land on its feet.
Bingo. Okay.
I'm leery.
That's a
and
Satan spine right there. Let me twist in every direction.
I've never felt judged by a dog. Let's start
Oh,
there.
I have supremely felt judged by a dog.
Never for
Oh,
me.
you're not
Cats,
paying attention.
All the time I feel judged by cats.
You're judged by dogs on the regular. They're just very forgiving, and or you kind of don't care what they think. So
I love dogs. I care about everything they think. Ooh, squirrel? I
dogs
love
are judging you,
dogs.
baby, a lot.
Really?
Yes.
This is kind of
They
heartbreaking
have
for me.
They have, sequestered tribunals where they're judging you. All of this is going on.
don't
They
believe
talk
that.
amongst each other. You fare very well. You need not fear their judgment, but judgment is occurring nonetheless. Be advised.
So I'm passing the tests of the dogs, and I'm 50-50 on tests of the cats.
Well, cats judge everything, including each other, including themselves. Nobody wins. They're just mean in their heart.
I've never seen a dog just walk up to you and smack you across the face.
Correct.
I've never seen, they're just, I don't know.
Correct.
I don't know. Maybe
Even
they
the ones
beat
that bite
Barney.
and kill you are doing it because they've been sent there by some cat as a minion. All of it, right?
As a
They're under
minion.
someone else's spell.
Was it
They're
yellow?
trying to right a wrong.
Did it look like a peanut?
It's not
It
just
was a minion.
I'm pissy today. Let me destroy all I survey.
Wearing overalls?
That's the cat's way. Okay?
Cat's way.
It's even rhymes, as in the ancient text.
In the hieroglyphs.
I'm just trying to tell you.
You brought it up on board today.
Uh-oh.
I would have let it float by
Uh-oh.
with all the other things in my life that I both enjoy and terrify me. We have a speaker.
Yeah.
It has happened. Our
Oh!
government is now back to moving. The movement is back to, I'm saying with a sketchy face, governing?
Let me interject. I am so grateful that after the past 4 days, for you to, out of the blue, say the phrase, we have a speaker, and for me to take 3 full beats to not know what that is and to have to connect it. When, I won't say it was consuming my thoughts, I will say it was top of mind for me, the shenaniganizing that was going on in the United States government, where the discussion of who in the majority would rightfully assume third in line for dominion over all of our government. That means we have a president, a vice president, and the Speaker of the House is the third in line. So if for some god-awful reason the top 2 get iced, this is the person we're talking about. And those in power were nominating people from the hallway. They were like, I would like to nominate you, Madam Trash Can Picker, because today I'm so angry at the person who 212 of us think should be it. What?
And
What?
I'll get you 6 votes, Madam Trash
Okay,
Picker.
so they finally climbed out of their own asses, and anyway, it's done. All politics aside, my point in putting this on the board today,
Yeah.
darling friend,
Go ahead.
was to say that it is widely acknowledged the only way that the folks electing the Speaker of the House could get it done was by making concession after concession after concession after concession. They were dealing with people who were known to move the goalposts. So after you've made a deal, there's a new deal in town. So it was very frustrating for all concerned on every, political side of the aisle. But my question to you, really,
Go ahead.
is what concessions were offered? And I would like some wrong answers only, please.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. So, number 1 concession offered in order to become Speaker of the House was...
Matt Gaetz needed a felony punch card. For every 10 felonies, he gets, he
I
gets.
didn't know there was a felony loyalty card.
There's a felony punch
Oh
card.
my gosh.
He gets a pardon for every 10. Every 10 he gets a full
Wow.
pardon.
Every 10th felony free. I love
Right.
it. I
And
love it.
And then a Subway sandwich.
Oh my God. I'm so happy for him.
Right. He got everything
he's
he
worked
wanted.
for it. He's worked for a long time for it. Okay, this is not a concession, but I saw something on, guess where? TikTok just this
Nuh-uh. morning.
I don't watch that show, Beauty and the Beast, right? Have you seen it? And fallen in love with it, how all the creepy Disneys are. They had a picture of Representative Santos, the guy who lied on his resume
George
and said, I'm the
Santos,
king
yeah.
of England. Let's
He
elect
said he's
me."
everything,
Yes,
and
I'm
none
Bugs
of it was
Bunny. Yeah, all the
Right.
things that he fucking was, right? I ate charcoal briquettes for breakfast. So he was sitting next to Matt Gaetz, and they're both there in their suits. And Santos is grinning like some kind of I don't know, Campbell Soup kid. He looked really dumb, and meaning he looked intellectually stunted. Like he looked as if he
Vacant.
was pie-eyed at the carnival, never having seen, light before. Electricity was a marvel to him. Like, yes, he was just definitely glancing around with this really, really stupefying look on his face.
The Homer Simpson, wind in one ear and wind out the other ear.
Oh, what was that kid on the Ralph? He had a very Ralph look on his face.
Great.
What's for lunch? Yeah, he definitely was sitting there just so stoked. And then Matt Gaetz was sitting next to him, ticky, ticky, tacky, tacky, something, something, looking into his lap, which I presume was holding a phone. So the two of them were next to each other. And the TikToker person says, so I've just seen, and he mentioned the people by the right names, the candlestick in the cabinet, and I can't unsee it. Okay? Whoever, Galervazong and Zinger, whoever the two.
It's Lumiere
Yep.
and I don't remember what the cabinet's name
Bazonga,
is.
right?
Okay.
And the one whoever is in charge. And it was pristine and a perfect moment. And I just wanted to share it with you and ruin it at the same time. I think I've summed up my life. Yep.
I hope because we've spoken about it, my phone heard you, and I will see it soon.
Oh.
The same way all of your TikTok videos will be of cats that are trying to kill you. So there's that.
We really are. It's like our menstrual cycles. We really are aligning our TikTok algorithms. It's kind of
We
fun and gross.
Because I'll send you one and you'll say, I already saw that. Check out this one. I already saw that. Check out this one.
It's nutty. It's super nutty.
I have another concession.
Yes. Wrong answers only.
Lauren Boebert wants long rifles and donuts at roll call.
Oh, gross! That's too accurate. That's too real. That's
It's
not
a
even a wrong
concession
answer.
that had to be made for
That's
her.
probably on the list.
Do you want to know how stupid she is?
Oh,
and this
okay,
is
yeah.
This is the end of my. Oh, Congress sucks. She went into and did a TikTok while kicking down and having people remove the metal detectors that were put to protect everybody in the house. So she is saying, oh, and Nancy Pelosi put these up and fuck her. We're taking them down.
Yeah.
You put your son joined a soccer league.
He sure did.
Is this your
Why?
middle child?
No. The one with no time, no sense, and limited foot speed actually joined a soccer league.
Wait, no time, that's college. No sense, still college.
Bingo.
And limited
Yes.
foot speed,
Yes.
all college.
Yes.
All right, so at school, it's social. He joined a social.
He and they are poised, dare I say, to win their
Shut your mouth.
Tri-Wizard tournament of whatever nonsensical
sounds more
bullshit
like it.
they're stupid
Well, that sounds a little
Okay.
more like
Well,
it.
the
Is
reason
he
I-
playing Quidditch or
Nope,
soccer?
it's super soccer. It's super soccer.
Super soccer.
Football for the rest of the world. It is super soccer, and
Is
I'm
there
here
a
to tell you.
quaffle?
I'm here to tell you that he joined
Yeah.
with his friends because lots of them would invite him to go to the gym, and I'm like, she wants to get with you. People don't invite you to go work out with them. She wants to get with you, and he's like, no, I have a lot of good workout knowledge. I'm like, honey, you don't. But anyway, so
Sure you do, baby.
the
Sure
good
you
thing
do.
is that he has learned through all of his extensive sexual exploits not to fish off the company pier, and he refuses to date or engage with anyone in studio. We didn't have to teach him this. He just learned through the school of life. Thank God. It's too small a place for you to not be able to go in there. However, engaging in sports with these people seems a-okay. So they do like, as some
However,
sort of
checking
physical
them on a
release
field.
to
Right.
exit the studio, they then go hang out together, and they've created this sports club, and they play soccer, like intramural, I believe it is. Right? The only reason I even bring this up is because the name of their club is the Sharkitects.
That's adorable.
Yeah, so you're getting a feel for how stupid they are.
That's
So the Sharkitects
adorable.
are poised to
oh,
win.
I love it. Good for them. I hope they catch the snitch in the first 5 minutes. May the golden snitch be with you. Good
The
for them.
Sharkitects. Go! Find it very funny. So
You're not that far. Could you watch him play or?
no, I don't participate in that sort of business. Are you kidding?
I just stalked my youngest child
I can't
all
have
over
any
the
more
country.
sports. I swear to God, I can't have any more sports. I can't. The little one is at a sports camp all weekend at a college here. And so we theoretically have no sports this weekend. Ha ha ha. You're so cute. Every television playing sports and different sports and multiple sports. And the
Today
podcasts
is
are
a
about
big day, though.
sports. and the music is about sport. It's too much fucking sport. I'm done with the sports. And then it's even worse because when you turn off sports, what do you watch, Melissa? What do you watch? What do you watch when you turn off sports?
News.
House of Delirious. Okay? All the people flying around with eggs and incest and all their weirdy killing each
What
other.
are you talking about?
My husband is watching because he couldn't be done
Is
with
he really?
Game of Thrones. Now we have to watch Game of what the fuck isn't going
House
on
of
now.
Dragons, yeah.
Yes. Oh my
My
God.
husband finished that as well. I was like, are you still fucking watching this show? And then
14 episodes ago, once I gave an eye glance to someone, and now it means that we all understand that you will lie with my sister in her brother's den of happiness and sin. Pluck your eye out. Cut his head off! Yeah, it's
and then get eaten by a dragon.
I don't,
Like, finish
why
it.
does everybody have to have incest? I ask this every episode, and his answer is only the nonsensical. That's what they did back then. And I'm like, no, they didn't have dragons.
Do you know when
There's
that
lots
started?
of things that didn't happen back then. In the never happened.
Do you know when that started for us? That
What?
everybody winds up. Do you remember the book Flowers in the Attic by
Oh,
V.C.
yes.
Andrews?
Boy, did I read that book.
Shit went sideways
It
at
was
the
gross,
get-go.
and
It
you
was
cheered for
gross.
them. You wanted them to get it on. That's how sick.
So crazy.
They
But that's what
really,
he's
really-
watching.
They groomed us in that book.
Maybe.
S.E. Hinton is not your name. E.F.
V.C. Andrews.
They're all the made up names.
B.F. Hutton.
B.F. Hutton says, E.F. Hutton says, Charles Schwab, they're doing it. That's how we make money. They're gross. All the investors says to us.
It's
You see what
gross.
happens?
It's really gross.
It's
As
terrifying.
a human with 2 male siblings, I would die first,
Ew.
punch you in the throat. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
No.
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 What are you doing?
No.
No is right.
No. It's a trope I don't like. I mean, we have so many stories we can tell each other as humans.
So many stories.
Maybe let's not tell that one. I mean, you're welcome to share it in the appropriate circle, but as entertainment, why is this entertaining? That's the thing
and
that
leave
I
me
don't
out of that
get.
circle.
I
There's
don't
no
get
appropriate circle, and leave me out of it.
Yeah, and don't come at me with this verisimilitude. Fuck you, okay? Fuck you. No,
Amy,
ma'am.
you don't have to watch it. You can.
You say
Slowly
this, but
back
then
out of
I
the
don't
room.
get to have any kind of relationship with my husband. I either have to be
had that
competitively
this week,
cheering
too.
for and against others, or
Just to be in the room
he'll
where
leave.
it happens.
He'll fucking leave. He gets up and leaves, goes in the other room, and turns on the other sport TV and all the TVs. It's awful. Or worse, he may even be driven to the garage. I mean, of his own volition. You were getting ready to say, I don't have to
Do you-
watch it.
Wait, do you have a TV in the garage?
We thought about it, but no,
Okay.
we stopped
It's
short
just where
there.
you keep all of the storage of oils for all the cars you've ever had.
All
the
the
pumps,
oils.
the
Now there's
the
tires in there.
lubricants.
Now there's
Yeah,
a whole
that
big
sounds
stack
right.
of tires, and each of the tires are individually clad in their own tire bag.
Bags, yeah, we have that too. Only
So
because
dumb.
we have winter tires
Yep,
and
so
we
do we.
have sport tires and right.
Yep, yep.
No point in having a
Yep.
car like yours, like his, without the right tires.
No point in buying a car that is suited for the terrain in which you live or the climate. Yeah, got it. Let's buy a more expensive car that kind of doesn't work. Yeah,
Oh.
with all the accessories. No.
I saw a beautiful post this morning about a son who lost his mother 2 years
Oh.
ago. And he just wrote, she used to love bathing in the sun, and that was just her biggest love. And they had a beach house, the whole 9 years. And it was, when I see the sun and when summer comes, I think of you. And this is like one of my campers from 100 years ago. And I just started to
That's
cry
very
as I read it. It
kind,
was so
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And I wanted to tell you that this week we had a loss as well
What?
in our family.
No.
It was the Roomba.
What?
Our robot died.
Not Betty.
The Roomba is gone.
What?
And I don't know how it happened. My son will blame me, but because I called her my husband's girlfriend because he was always concerned about her, always checked the app on his phone to see if she was okay, or she was stuck on a cliff somewhere, or she got lost and needed to be relocated to another area, press clean. Those of you who have a Roomba, you know. I went to the basement. We have a Roomba on 2 floors here. 3 floors at the shore house. 'Cause,
Right.
Ew.
It's a lot of rooming.
Sand. Well, it's a lot of whatever. So here, I go downstairs to work out on me bike, and I see pieces pieces of her all over the floor.
Oh
Meaning,
my God, she
some
disemboweled herself.
she did, or something disemboweled her.
Wow.
Like either there's a monster or Harry carried her away all around the basement.
Oh my
So,
God,
yeah,
that's so
it was
sad.
bad.
You
It
had a
was bad.
Viking funeral for your Roomba.
She had it for herself. So Stuart
She's
walks
like
downstairs,
a Ronin.
and I hear Yitka dal Vietka da Shemeraba, and I'm like, did you kill a bug? Because sometimes we do that when he, by accident, is trying to relocate a bug, and all of a sudden it's missing 7 legs. I'm like, he can't live outside like that. You're gonna have
God, I'm sorry for everybody if Melissa does not take the time to
I
tone
will.
down that giant laugh that I had because we can adjust the
Oh
volume.
no, I
but
love that laugh.
no,
I will
it's gonna
take
blow
a
out
moment.
their eardrums.
Okay.
Well,
I'll
I do
try.
want to say a Kiddush Hanai for the sadness of Roombet. I forget
Do you want to know
her
how
name.
sad it was? Do you want to know how sad it was?
Yes.
She was replaced within an hour and a half.
You
at
are
Costco.
sacrilegious and terrible. You are the worst. The only thing worse is if you press the button to click to reorder. If you didn't even physically make the trip.
No, we made the trip. We
Right.
made the trip.
That's,
Pilgrimage.
Yes.
to replace
yes,
his girlfriend.
Yes. Place your hand on the wall of the Costco storage aisle and then select. Yes, you're terrible.
So Stuart gets all of these messages to his phone. She's on a cliff. She needs this. Well, we have a new one, and it's the latest technology. So the latest technology sends an email to my husband that says, hey, you might want to change the times that you run your robot because we do it at night when we go upstairs. So
Yeah,
at 10
yeah,
o'clock every
yeah.
night, that shit starts. And sometimes we have to turn it off if we're still hanging out downstairs and then restart it when we leave. Fine. The email said, you might want to change that time because the Roomba comes with a camera. And
Oh.
it will send you pictures and information about what it sees. And if it's dark out and it can't see anything. And I said, so he's telling me the story about how advanced this new girlfriend of his is. And I'm getting more and more jealous because A, I don't vacuum. And he gets things from her that he's just never get from me. She
Wow.
meets needs I won't meet. I would if she didn't, but she does. So he gets this email and I'm like furious already. And I
God.
said,
This
you're going
is-
to run
This is
her
a
during
lot.
the day.
I feel like I need to take a break. This is a lot. This is
Also-
a lot. No, stop it. I have to assimilate this knowledge. Wait, just wait. My biggest concern prior to all this, sexual vacuuming talk really was whether or not you could determine if you got a Jewish Roomba. I mean, are they all Jewish or do they come in every major religion and you have to pick the right one? I mean, we don't know.
So
How
that's
do you
a
know?
conversation, believe it or not, that I've had already. Okay.
Okay.
I know. Shocking. More so related to last week's To Vegan Swallow. And our dear friend Joelle definitely came out with it's not a matter of vegan. Is she Jewish? That was
What
was
is that?
his-
Oh, well, what does that mean? Is it Jewish?
Because-
No.
Yeah, correct. That was
Okay.
his point. And I
I
thought
don't feel like that's
not,
correct. I don't feel like that's
that's
correct.
not right.
I don't
But
feel like
he'll
that's
fight.
correct. I don't feel like that's correct.
He'll fight you on it.
I
though.
know a lot
He'll-
of Jewish girls who partake, so we say.
Yeah, his answer is until they're married, and then it doesn't happen.
Well, I mean, you got the job, so it's
you
called a
applied
job.
for
Yeah.
for
Okay.
a reason.
All right. Back to the Roomba. So how are you?
yeah,
How is one to know? You may have a fucking goy Roomba.
Is this because my husband said Kaddish over her? By the way, when my husband walked downstairs and saw the nightmare and the gasped, he said the prayer, that's what I was doing, the prayer that you say it's more for the living, but you think it's for the dead. And he, again, he's the only human besides myself who, while driving, birds dive bomb in front of your car.
Yes, they do.
They always come out the other side. He's hit them. He's going the inappropriate speed often enough to have hit several birds in the course of his lifetime.
It's very sad.
Very dumb of
Why are you
birds.
telling me he's a bird killer? I thought you were trying to say how he's a nice boy. And now
No,
you're saying
all
he's
of
an
his other
evil,
actions.
evil bird killer cat man.
I don't. He would not tolerate a cat. By the way, he would not.
Cats kill birds. Maybe he's their fucking king. All right.
Oh, interesting. So my point is, I have a more advanced bitch in the house with whom I need to compete for my husband's attention.
Wow. Well,
One
she
of
does
my two
suck and
kids,
roll. Yeah.
She sucks.
And
Yes.
that's a camera.
And now she'll record it, which is something I won't do with my husband.
You
That's not
will
true.
too, I bet.
That's not true. I'll
I
do
bet
almost.
you would. I bet you would.
I don't like the sounds of sex as much. So
Really?
I would prefer, you can film what you want as long as it's on mute.
You don't like the sound of sex.
Certain sounds during sex. Yeah.
Why? I feel like that's the good stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a cook. So
Yes. I have made stuffed, it's not stuffed shells, baked ziti, where I am mixing
it's
together.
so gross. Yeah.
It is the worst. I will leave the
Right.
room and ask someone else to mix for me. So yeah, auditorily.
I like painting. I like cooking.
Oh,
you
the
know,
roller? Do you mean the roller?
There's just lots of natural contact based sounds
ASMR for you?
that are kind of, well, I mean, I don't go that far, but yeah, kind of.
Yeah, I don't like some sounds. And hey Siri, put on no, just kidding. No, don't. She's very nosy.
Oh, that's so funny.
She's very nosy. She was listening. I don't like that. So I'll put on what his brother listened to? Oh, his parents, brother. Somebody listened to smooth jazz. So I'll say,
How do you
hey,
have knowledge of what siblings of your husband like to hear while having the fa-thunka, thunka, thunka, thunka? How do you have this knowledge?
because at Thanksgivings of
What?
yore,
Oh
their
my
children
God.
have complained about it.
Oh my God. There's so many levels of stop it in that entire stream of consciousness conversation that you're having.
Yeah.
Their kids of your spouse's siblings know what
Yeah.
their parents like
Yeah.
to listen to when they're playing dirty ping pong.
I love that phrase.
Come
and
on now.
That brings us to 30 Seconds with Amy.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay.
Amy
Uh-oh.
Fugazi. In the
Let's
next
see.
30 seconds,
Yeah.
let me open my stopwatch. Give me as many euphemisms for having sex as you possibly can. Go.
Stick it in. Having sex. Fucking, banging, boinking, slamming, porking, doing it. Going there. Yeah. Getting it on. Banging. Horizontal mumbo.
Nice.
In flagrante delicto. I'm
Stop.
out. I got none more.
That's okay. That was 30 seconds. And you had about 11 of them, which is using a repeat and having sex as one of the answers, which is also
If
fine.
I played this game with you, you would probably be like the Encyclopedia fucking Britannica, and
I
we
would
would
punch
still
you in
be
the face.
going. We would still be going.
well,
Punch you in the face. I haven't heard that one before.
You you just gave me one that you didn't use.
I didn't. I just made that up. I didn't know.
Yes,
I don't,
but You made up all of them. They're all. That's the whole point. I thought it was great. It was not your highest number, but you did well. I'll take it.
Okay.
Dear listener, we are interested if you have any fun euphemisms for what my brother-in-law and sister-in-law get shit for listening to jazz. How about the jazz tango? Like that would work in their lives. Please let us know. We're at brilliantobservations@gmail.com. Go to any of the socials at Listen Brilliant, more so Facebook. Please see us at Brilliant Observations or the Brill Ob Squad, where I also post lyrics where your job is to give me the next line. I would like more participation on that. I
She's
would like it
getting
to
pissed.
equal.
She's
Yeah,
getting
I'd like it
pissed.
to equal the amount of, letters we get on a weekly basis.
Woof. Okay.
Yeah, so get on it. We love you. Do it.
Speaking about getting on it, I want to come back to the sex talk because I'm not sure how
That I'm doing it right if I don't like the sounds.
music factors into your routine, your process, your ministry, as it were. But I find that every time that I think about, I'm going to set the mood with some intentionally sex-thinky music, I can't do it. I cannot do it. It becomes an exercise in ickitude, frustration. There's nothing I can, it's like hilarious. It's almost like you're in the supermarket and you decide in the supermarket, let's do sexy talk to this can of beans. It's like, what? So if there is mood-inducing music on in the environment, hells yeah. Okay? If it switches to something else, you sort of just mentally, I don't need you anymore in my mind, music. So you're it doesn't mess things up. It's just like, all right, forget that now. But if you actively go out of your way to try to find it to set the mood, that can't be done. It can't be done because it's either too pornographic or ridiculous or too slow or too fast or dumb or where is this channel or is there a playlist and now I'm thinking about this. Like I'm telling you, I've done this more than once and I'm like, all right, for as big a deal as music is in my life, I can't somehow direct or control it to coordinate with that act. But in fairness, I also have similar machinations when trying to just get a good playlist for dinner. So I feel like music is just so giant.
For cooking dinner, you need it? Like,
yeah.
Oh, I think
for
that's
cleaning
the
the
easiest
house,
playlist.
for cleaning the house. I have a heart because it's so important and so big. I don't know, man. It always trips me up. So is that just a me thing? Does everybody like, yeah, put on some Barry White. Now let's go. I mean, my husband thinks Barry White is silly. So I'm ready with Mr. White. Let's just start.
Like, that works for me.
Bingo. But he's like, enough with the R&B.
So your complaint is you need two people to get on board with the music.
No, my complaint is it's not
I don't care what the music is.
It's not directable. It's almost as if it's comedy, right? If I have to understand and explain why the joke is funny, it's not funny. So with the music, there's some sort of ephemeral, it must just serendipitously happen and be right. And then that, I don't know. I don't know what to say to you.
You know what you could do? You could just put on porn that comes with the soundtrack and you can just go with that.
Why? I can't even think of watching it or it's just not part of my life.
Replicating it.
I've seen a little bit of it almost just culturally to understand what it is. It's always bad. It's not good. I don't like it.
Like a sociologist, you're like, let me
it.
see what this YouPorn thing is.
It's not. I don't even know what that is. Is that a thing? Are you making that up? Is that a place? YouPorn?
Where? Okay, well, I'm going to follow that thread. I'm pulling on that thread. You're going to be topless in a second. I'm going to keep pulling.
What? Okay.
Where did you see it?
I would type the word porn. Or I would like pick a sex act and write it into the thing and then look at it.
Search
for
bar?
like,
You would?
Yeah, for like, I don't know, 4 to 9 seconds. And I'm like, enough of this. And then I would turn it off because it's gross. And then I would scrub my history because it's gross. And I don't want it on my phone. It's gross.
Okay. Then you'd go rub one out?
No. It's
okay.
Why? No.
Dear listener, I gave you our socials, our information. What Amy desperately needs is No, we did this already before. I'm not doing that.
I don't want any more dicks in the mail. I don't want
prisoner.
any more dicks in the mail. I don't.
You got jail mail last time.
I don't.
And
they came from all the races. And that confused me because I couldn't turn it. I was like, what is this? And then, wait. So then I had I accidentally accepted it. No, it's a no.
If your New Year's resolution was listen to more podcasts, then you have just found us.
I'm sorry.
I would like to welcome you to Amy Requests Dicks in the Mail and prisoners
I don't
from jails
want any more dicks in the mail.
All over the world sent her dick
God,
pics.
I feel like Christmas all over again. I am not a racist. Like, why do I have to keep saying these fucking sentences? No more dicks in the mail. No more.
What I am requesting this time for Amy is a playlist, is a sex playlist. That is for what I am asking this time around. Please do not send her pictures. You can send them to me. Just kidding. I don't want them either.
That's it. I feel like it has to be organic or directed by somebody else. It's you know what I mean? Like the vibe. That's it. Intentionally creating a musical vibe to make something happen is very difficult for me. I'm so connected to music and I tap into it so easily. I don't think about it as something that I'm directing or controlling. Like there are people who love to sing and they create and curate their own lists of great songs that match my voice that I'd love to sing. I have the hardest time picking out solos. I don't know what sounds good. I feel it. Do you know what I mean? So stop. Nobody's doing this. I don't even have enough air in my cranial cavity to make anything happen with you can tell from the state of my nose. It's super gross. I'm just trying to say
that the listeners are going to
somebody
be
else
cultivating.
needs to be my musical director, which is why I always have musical directors in my life because they know what to fucking do. And they're all very sexual now that I think about it. To the one. They're all very sexual. Now I'm getting it. I don't have the musical
Those are the people you
vibe.
need to make. Yeah, those are the people
I'm
you
not
need to make your
sexual enough
playlist.
but I'm very sexual, but I guess I'm not musicality sexual. That's not true either. I don't know what to say about this. It's now I've gotten to myself into this is why I can't
Help
make a
us out.
playlist. So I can't make a playlist because my brain goes. It's like that Roomba. I start spitting out internal organs.
Parts were everywhere. It was very upsetting.
Oh
there
my
was a
God.
trauma. I
Her
just
name
don't
wasn't
know.
Betty. It was Brenda, wasn't it?
I don't know. I try not to pay too much attention to her because
It is tough when the other woman is in
she's
your
gone
life.
now, so it's
Yeah,
okay. There's a
okay.
new woman in town, and she's got a fucking camera on
name?
her. I'm not named. I'll ask him.
Siddhartha. Yeah. Yeah.
Siddhartha.
Yeah. What's her name?
That's awful. I will ask my husband. There is an aisle.
Uh-oh.
Have you been to Target recently?
Sure. Yeah. I have kids.
So there's an aisle called self-checkout. And that line goes for a mile. And then there's one old guy who's doing a regular checkout. And TBH, if you're going to need to come over and help me anyway, because this isn't ringing right or this is wrong, or why don't I just go on a lane where there's a human? It seems you've discovered
I have.
at a store a lane. What's its specialty?
Okay. It's called the Chatty Checkout. And in one of these super whitey McWhite town homogenized countries, I think this one was Denmark somewhere.
Oh, it's not here.
No, Holland, one of
I
them.
do everything better out of here. Go ahead.
They decided that the olden folk were growing sad and lonesome and that they missed interaction and they were looking for more opportunities to find it. So they created something called the Chatty Checkout, and they have labeled it thus, as a Chatty Checkout. And the person running the cash register is seated in a chair. That's how long it takes to get through the Chatty Checkout.
Does the chair have wheels?
No, it's just a regular old checker, outer checker,
Okay.
checky person doing the checkout.
Just making
a
sure you're not
cashier. That's
Mocking
the
the
name.
handicap. the
No,
handicapable.
no.
Okay.
The people walk up, they purchase their stuff, and that's when they can say, "How's your sciatica, Bob?" And, "Oh my goodness, Cheryl, you look so great." And you know what? Are you buying some more of this? Let me tell you how I make green beans. And here's what you do. Get your pen and let's talk. I'm telling you, it's like a little relationship checkout. And they love it. And I guess it's because the average snowfall there is like 2 million pounds per minute. So you're super cold. You're near death anyway, just to go to get your beans. Sometime maybe you want to thaw out and talk to somebody. I do not want the Chatty Checkout. I always want the human checkout. But here's what I want from my human checkout. I want a friendly smile. I want them to know I'm grateful. I want them to be efficient. And thus endeth the lesson. I don't really want to talk to you at all. At all. Thank you for giving me a moment of peace. That's all I want from you.
Your Chatty checkout on the board gave me the heebie and the jeebies. I do not want a conversation. I do not want you looking at the items I'm buying and having commentary on it. Barely human. I would prefer an AI to push my things down. Well, the conveyor belt is AI, so it pushes it down. I would much prefer a full body scan of the item until you get the price and then dropping it in a bag. I do not want to participate in that conversation, but my hair, although not gray, blonde, I'm not of that age yet, and I might want that, and I might move to Denmark for that. But for now, eye contact is all I can handle. I don't want more.
That's the worst. I got to tell you, I had a near
Eye
perfect
contact's the worst.
I had a near perfect checkout experience in Florida. Very close to death, as you can hear I remain. This all started on the ride down to Florida. And yes, we drove. So it was as awful as you can imagine. And the ride itself was mired with complication because I inexplicably bought all kinds of shit on Amazon while riding and forgot that I did so. In any event, I get down there. I can't take it another day. I go to the Publix. I select basically...
We call that Publix, but go
I
ahead.
basically picked every cold product that they had, right? I even got the Voost, vitamin C, everything. Threw it into the thing, tissues, put it up on the counter, and the woman is just beep, 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 beep. And at the end of it, right, I can muster the strength to say, I don't have a loyalty card. If there is one, may I use yours? And she said, oh, we don't have those here. If you would automatically get the lowest price. Thank you. I just smiled and looked at her. And she looked down at the belt, and then she looked back up at me, and she said, I hope you feel better. And that was it. That was it. So I was buying enough shit that based on my look, she could tell, adding two things together. And I thought, you are perfect, Publix employee. I'm so grateful. We need no longer speak. We're done here. I'm happy for this to be over.
Did she offer to carry your bags to the car for you? Because
No.
they have to do that at Publix.
No. It was the kind of thing where I almost was bagging it too. I was like, I'm leaving this place before I have another coughing fit, which will lead to me urinating on myself. Like, it's not a good scene. It's like everybody wanted me out of that store faster than I could be out of that store.
Do you have more pants here? Do you hear
Exactly.
at Publix? Are there more pants?
I'd asked them for a hat. They didn't have a hat, and they didn't have any baseball caps in the entire Florida Publix, which I found very odd.
That is weird.
Very odd. They had fishermen around your whole headsy gozy things, and that's it. No baseball caps. Not even one for people I don't like, which I was prepared to buy just to keep the sun off my face. Yeah. Nope. That was the perfect experience. Chatty checkout, I might like.
No. Hard pass.
I feel like I get the chatty checkout at my parents' across the street grocery store, whether I want it or not. I think they've been conditioned by all the people who live there and have yet
Forever.
to be supplanted by the next round of people who are eventually going to live there. And these are maybe the same checkout tellers who were there when I was in high school. So they themselves want the chatty checkout, even if their customers do not desire it. Like, it's a lot of talking. It's a lot of talking about things that I don't need to talk to you about.
In your chatty checkout, the next person in line, do you think they're as angry as I am at this? Like, all right, you had your 7 minutes, fucking go. Like,
well, here's
what?
why I like labeling it as such, is the idea that you are opting in for this delayed service, right? You signed up. So it's a little bit like the waiting room at the physician's office. When you finally get in there, you're like, I waited a long time for this, Deneen. You are going to spend your time with me, and you're going to pat my arm while you listen to all these symptoms, and you're going to do more than just go and then walk out and hear the clipboard in the door. Like, no, I want you to be sad when I'm telling you how much this is not working for me.
I had that experience at a dispensary. I was waiting. There was a line outside the dispensary in the freezing cold. And then once you get inside, it's like Disney with the ropes and the pillars. So there's another line.
Yep.
But while you're there are huge TVs. First of all, music is cranking, but like you're in a disco. But up on the ceiling, coming down from the ceiling, there are enormous TVs mounted, and they have the menu. I want to know what the fuck takes you so long if you've been standing here for 40 minutes looking at a menu.
They're all hot.
Order.
Now, number one, listen, I figured out your second act. Are we still doing that? Or is your
Third
second
act, and yes, tell
Okay.
me.
Why do you not own and operate a weed spa?
I was out when you said weed because it's recreational, and I'm in when you say spa.
Why
Keep
is
talking.
it? I don't understand why you have to be out. What?
I do what I do, make myself sleep at night. I don't need to what spa?
Yes,
Come
it's
again.
a spa. Yes, it's a microdose weed spa.
Come
So what
in,
you're-
drink the water, feel good.
So
go
what
over
we're
here,
doing,
get a
what
manicure,
we're
feel
doing,
better.
yes, you're going to select your services, and you're going to select your tincture, and you're going to combine both. And when you book your appointment, it includes round-trip Uber service from your home. And you come into our spa service. We pick you up. We bring you in. We put you in the robe. You get a nice back massage.
We put you in the robe.
You're at a spa. You wear a robe when you go to a spa. Oh, you
Okay.
in the fucking robes. Are we back to this? Yes,
No,
it's a
you
robe.
putting someone in a robe. Like,
Well,
That's-
whatever. They have
Go
a
ahead.
robe for you. I don't mind somebody putting
Uh-huh.
me in a robe. I'm very
Uh-huh.
royal in that way. Look, I need help with a lot of things. So in any event, if they're going to be rubbing your whole nuded body, what's the big deal if they wrap some fabric around it first? Anyway, okay. The point here is that you would combine all of the Ayurvedic health, Japanesey bath, all the good international spa-like mud services in one, and a little weed on top. So bingo. And now you are a billionaire. I don't understand why we haven't done this until now. You can even go and just get a pedicure. You don't even have to do anything. You can roll in, take your shoes off, have your weed. Because I even know people who don't like their fingernails touched. Like they don't like massages.
It's like the dentist. You medicate
don't
going
like
to the
their
dentist.
fingernails, whatever you call, clipped or cleaned or trimmed. They're like, stay off my feet. I'm like, you could spend a lot of time on my feet. I'll be just fine. If I don't have to do it, I'm ready. Why are we not doing this?
I had several job ideas this past week.
Really?
One was for my daughter because she will be at the shore this summer, hopefully, maybe.
Yeah.
And I said, what you should really do, because down there it's just drinking and restaurants and beach and drinking and weed and whatever. I said, we should rent for the summer a golf cart. And you should just drive drunk people home restaurant, beach, home restaurant. You pick your hours, you have your cell phone, and they text you where to meet them, and they just give you cash because there's so much money down there that she could make tuition just driving, charging, and then driving that fucking
She could buy the
golf cart
fucking golf cart. Yeah, easy.
that she could buy. And then my husband's like, I'll buy you the golf cart if you go down there and you work and you do that all summer. So it was like a trade-off of, and then I get to keep the golf cart. So we had all of these great business ideas, and she's like, now. But, okay. But
just tell her it's a puppy transport. Then she'll do it.
Oh, puppies. But we planted the seed, and that's all we can do. And that's how our family works. Everybody here, our first answer is always absolutely not. No, go fuck yourself. That's the first answer.
Come
oh
on.
my God, yes.
That's
And
not nice.
they all come by it honestly. Their mother is a bitch, and that's always been her first answer. That's me. That's always been my first answer is no. And then everybody slowly steps away with their hands up. They back away from me. And I think, and I muddle it around a little while in my brain, and it usually comes back to a yes or a maybe or let's talk about logistics. But my first, her first answer, she learned from the master, was no fucking way. Go fuck yourself. Take care. See you. Bye. Get out of my room. And I don't know, as it gets closer, perhaps we will see a more ambitious entrepreneurial side because it's an opportunity. Some of the restaurants down there have a minivan that brings you home. Like if you can get there.
I feel like there were these. All I can think of is the complete wrong word. I'm trying to think of what it's called. The person who does this on a
like
bike.
a valet.
Well, no, they're not the geisha. What's the person who does this for you? And now I'm back to robes. Kimono. What's the person who rides you around in the thing?
Like on a rickshaw?
That's
what are you talking about?
That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, I'm not asking her to physically run.
I understand.
Okay.
So
Okay, good.
she's the electric rickshaw.
Yeah,
she's
the electric rickshaw.
Right,
Perfect.
Perfect. Yes. Yes.
And if it's
the
raining,
drunk bus. Yeah. Okay. So,
right. But I
yes.
thought it would be cute on a
cart.
Yeah, I thought it would just be much cuter
It's
if
the
a golf cart took her.
Instacart. You can cart yourself home. Oh,
Isn't that sweet? Like I thought that was a really good idea.
Yeah.
You really make me sound like an asshole. What do we have to learn from our dogs? What do we have to learn from our dogs?
So much. Well, here's the thing. I found it curious. And I don't know what the learning is, so I want you to help me unpack this if you will.
I'll do my best.
Well, you have lots of information. You're a very bright woman, and you commune with the dogs as their leader, right? I think that you're going to have some insight into this. It occurred to me in passing that dogs in general never pass up any food stuff ever. Never. They're never too hungry or they're never too full. They don't care what it tastes like. It goes in and it goes in. That's it. Food is a yes. It's always a yes. It's never a no. There's never too much of it. They don't care what it is. It could be tree bark. It's food-ish. In. It goes in. If you're offering me, it's a treat, I will accept that it's a treat. And in my mouth it goes. And then in my tummy. Even if it could kill me, even if I am violently ill,
Especially
I will
if it could kill
repeatedly
me.
go back for it. I may choose to roll in it. Even if it's fecally based, I'm in. I'm putting it in. So, with this universal acceptance, are they better than us? Does this mean that they don't have taste buds? Do they like the taste of some foods? Do they think all food tastes good? Like, I'm just so confused. Where is the gatekeeper? It's surely not their tongue. Because if it goes in their mouth, it goes in their stomach. That's it.
I've known dogs that don't eat things, that won't eat everything, that aren't Hoovers. You've had like Labs and Vizslas. You've had dogs who are like Hoovers. They just take everything in. I would like to add to your, they'll eat anything, throw it up seconds later, and eat the throw up. Keep going.
Why?
Like doesn't
that taste it? Surely they can taste it and think, this doesn't taste as good as that juicy milk bone that I had before. Like, why are they eating it? They're not hungry.
I've always had rescues except for one. I've always had rescues, and I thought that it was because they never knew where their next meal was coming from. And they would be like, oh, there's food now. We should eat. But they descendants of wolves who would have a kill and an eat, right? They'd eat, and then they might not eat for a week. So they're not sure when something's coming next. And when they did that, they ate the whole animal. They didn't like, I'll have a leg today. Come back tomorrow. It wasn't like that. It was eat it all.
If our Yellowstone viewing is correct, they would eat out the rump area and the heart. That's what the wolves would eat of the bison. They would
nutrients
eat
the
bungus and the offal.
The bungus among us.
Right.
That's gross.
Here's my thing. What can we learn from this?
Everything.
If they're presented with broccoli and they eat the broccoli and they don't like the broccoli but they're eating it, is this a good? Should we separate taste from our lives? Should we eat to survive? But then does that mean I'm eating vomit? Like, I don't, I'm just trying to understand. And my real question is taste a factor in the dog thinky thank that says food in mouth goes in stomach? Do again, please. Like, are they taking pleasure in this? Is pleasure not part? Is pleasure separate from eating for a dog? That's what I don't get, because it seems to me that the act of eating is pleasurable regardless of the taste of it, because they'll eat poop. They'll roll in poop. They'll eat vodka or vomit.
I'm like, they will?
I mean, I didn't really have any poop eaters, but I'm just saying from time to time.
That's because you don't have a cat. If they had a cat litter there.
They'll eat grass. Oh, the dogs would eat the cat's poop?
Yeah. I mean, I don't have cats.
That's a fucking cat manipulation ploy right there. Okay? That's what's happening. The
Full
cat
circle.
points at the poop, stares at the dog. It's like, here's what's getting ready. You're going in. You're going to eat my shit. One more reason to not like cats.
Again, cat listeners, she does not speak for the podcast. She does not speak for the trees. She does not speak for...
I do. Oh, yes, I do.
Good Lord.
Oh, yes, I do. You have to own this, okay? I don't know what you're afraid of. I don't know what we will stand united against the cats.
They're God's creatures. I like cats. They don't
can
own
be
cats.
liked in other spheres. They do not need to live in your environment nor control your life. I'm not saying annihilate cats. I'm not saying that.
Thank God. Okay.
I don't know why that had to be clarified, but I will clarify for the sake of clarification. I'm not saying annihilate cats. I'm not saying harm cats. I'm saying no thank you to the cats, because they already know they're not welcome here. I mean, we must do what we can to help them understand that they are not welcome.
As far as food goes, I do wish my kids were more like dogs, because I do not appreciate I'm not eating that. Well, what am I supposed to eat? That comes with,
right.
I made a meal tonight for dinner.
Right.
And so I do wish they're more like dogs when it came to what I put in the trough. Can you just assume that I'm giving you a balanced meal here because it's not cereal?
Even still, if you told them this is all you're going to get to eat for the rest of your life, they'd be like, okay. And then they would just do it. So that's what I'm saying. There must be, and they're so happy about it. So is the pleasure center in chewing? Is it in full belly?
I think it's in full belly.
And it has nothing. So the tongue has no taste on it. They're so busy sniffing shit.
Well, I'm glad you brought this up, because I force them at times. Go ahead, call PETA, to taste things. Like judge me, I'm making a bologna sandwich last night for dinner.
Right.
Because I am all class, love, and light.
Bingo.
And I have fresh bread from the Amish market. It's
Oh,
a
come
pumpernickel,
on.
soft,
Yes.
delicious, rye-ish. And I pretty much made a bologna roll-up, and the bread was so soft that it just molded around the
I
bologna.
can get there. I can get there. Just
Right?
substitute some mortadella, and I'm ready for you.
I'm drooling already. So as I'm about to zip the bag up, I look down, and there are 3 sets of eyes sitting, one drooling feverishly onto my sock.
They know what's good.
And so I'm trying to figure out the answer to your question. Is my first answer is full belly, but because this is meat, this is not, the kibble or the freeze-dried pucks that we put on there. Like it's authentic, right from the animal meat. And I
Yep.
want you to taste it and appreciate you're eating human food now. And okay, so
And we
have-
kill other creatures and spare
for
you.
you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
For you. So I
recognize. Yeah. Okay.
I hand to one of them, and he goes for like the whole hand, right? He goes for the fingers. He goes, and this is the drooler. And I'm like, you know what? Learn some fucking manners, asshole. So I'm done with him. I go to his daughter, and she sniffs it first, seems cautious. And when she goes to take it, I just want her to take it slowly so she can enjoy it. Kind of like going to Morton's the other night, and my husband's like, you done? Where'd your steak go? What happened? I'm like, I ate it. What's next? Let's go.
You brought me here. Yeah.
I think there's a DSW next door. Let's go. So I wanted them to enjoy it. And they're like, could you let go of that fucking piece of meat? Because I now know, because of you, they just like the full belly. They like the what can I eat thing.
I find it fascinating. They never say no. I want to know what they're tasting. And I'm not sure.
I don't know how to find that out.
Well, I'm not sure if they're tasting anything or if taste is a factor in their life, which is so bizarre.
Have you
Because
seen
they
the
take
TikToks?
such joy in eating.
Have you seen the TikToks where they'll put one food here and one food here next to each other, and the dog gets to pick? You say free, and the dog gets to pick which one they want. Well, they're doing that after, like, you can see them going left, right, evaluating. Like, you can see thinking.
Wait a minute.
I don't ever give them credit for thinking. Eat now, sleep now, rub
No,
my
they're
belly.
They're very smart. Now
know.
listen, what dog does not eat both? What dog is picking one? What kind of test is this? I mean, it's a ha-hoop, and now they're both in the mouth. We're done. Thank you for the carrot and the marshmallow.
Oh,
I've eaten them both.
together.
Carrots and marshmallows are very good. I had tempura carrots last night. They were very good.
I don't like cooked carrots. I don't know what
Everybody
it is.
says that. They're
It's a
so
texture
good.
thing for me. Maybe they're overcooked carrots that I
Yes,
don't like. 'Cause
that's
they've
not a
been sitting in
thing.
matzo ball soup all day. And
Jesus. No.
it's bad.
There's 2 kinds of carrots in matzo ball soup. There's the cooking carrots that create the matzo ball soup.
The
then
flavor.
you remove those.
Oh, nobody's ever done
You
that in my
discard
family.
those. And then you replace them
You just changed my life.
with the eaten carrots that
And-
go in.
At what point do those enter the
2/3 of the cooking time. After you get the broth to the point, I imagine the matzo ball, I don't make matzo ball soup, but I imagine it goes in very late. I imagine you cook. So at about the same time you're entering the matzo, you enter the matzo.
You don't need to be so dirty about it. It ain't American Pie.
And meanwhile, I was thinking about Metallica. But anyway, okay.
Oh,
So-
Enter Sandman. Okay.
So I had to actually look that up and listen to it because I had heard about it so many times.
What do you mean? Look it up.
Everyone said, on all these lists, I'm a sucker for a list. Everybody had all these lists of top 10 this and that and the other. And it's always, in terms of riff, Enter the Sandman is always there.
So good.
And well, I didn't know it. And I was like, all right, let's just finally just seek it out and play it. And this was in the past 7 months, first time. So I played it and I hadn't ever heard it before.
That's
And
crazy.
Well, I mean, I don't want to act like I'd never eaten an almond, but at the same time, I don't recall ever encountering it. And the second that I did, the very next thing that I did, of course, was to force my children to sit and listen to it. And they, to the one, said, no, we know. Of course we know this. Everybody knows this. Why do you not know this? And I'm like, since when do you listen to metal? And they say, oh, no. It's a stadium song. I said, because so many players and I'm going to
Yeah,
fuck
it's
you
jock
uppers come
jams for
walking
them.
in like, like it's the thing that you come in like, I'm chewing on the marrow of your bones. It's like, okay, great.
You can't find songs to fuck by, but I will tell you, Metallica is an amazing band to ride to.
Okay.
They are heart pumping.
I would probably do it to that song. Now that I think of that song, it's pretty good. It's got a nice beat to it.
Can you at least? All right, so here goes your
It's
playlist.
what's the one? It's not Emerson, Lake and Palmer, but it's like a 3-name thing where it's that whole thing where it's like doo 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 doo, and then the stadium goes bong. I'm not giving you anything you need to come up with it, but there's like a stadium entrance song that is like
We're making you a playlist right now.
So
it's starting with
stadium
Barry
entrance
White.
songs, and that's got Enter in it. Okay, that's it. I would totally have stadium entrance do it jams. Oh my
Jock
god,
jams.
my husband
It's a
loves
whole
sports.
album called
My
Jock
husband
Jams.
loves sports. I feel like I'm really. My
You're
eyes are
tapping in
wide.
now.
I feel like this. You solved it. I think this is it.
You're
I
tapping
think this
in
will
now.
happen I think this could work. Let's try it out. I think this is going to work. I think that's it.
Okay,
Because
so
it's
you're
like you're getting pumped up, you're getting ready. And I don't want to say like the team's coming in, but it's like it's a very big entrance.
Yeah,
Something's
yeah,
going
yeah.
to happen, right? Fa-da. Oh, that's it. Okay, this is going to work. Why are you laughing?
No, I think it's great. I think you
this
should.
is a big problem for
I
me.
think in the
and you
family
just
room.
solved it.
Do you have a Sonos system in your
Yeah,
house?
it's everywhere in the
Okay.
house. Yeah.
So you start in the
All the
family
rooms.
room and you put on Barry White. So it's like
Right.
the little candle next to your bed, and
Yep.
it's like, here it comes. So Barry White gets you into the room where you're going to have sex because it's just it's time. And then some baseball player came into Kellis is like my milkshake, and I was like, yo, that's my ringer on my phone. Don't be coming up to that. But yeah, Jock Jam sounds perfect for you and for this purpose because of your family's specific needs and turn-ons.
Well, who isn't turned on by "Here Comes the Gladiator, ready to fuck this shit up"?
How about a little wait, while we're
Bingo.
doing it, how about a little Billy Ocean, Get Into My Car? Because then you hear like
Oh my
the
God.
revving of
I
an
am
engine.
So out. That is off.
Not for you,
parked
but for
in the
your
garage.
husband.
No,
Your
that
husband
is-
hears the
now
revving
we're
of an
laughing.
engine.
Now we're laughing. No.
Well, aren't you
no.
supposed to be laughing during sex?
I don't think so.
Am I doing it wrong?
I mean, when you're having like the blooper reel, maybe, but
No. If you're having sex and not laughing, you're doing it wrong.
I don't agree at all. I don't know. I mean,
You
I feel
definitely
like-
don't want to wrap up now with this topic.
I'm saying,
yeah.
you'll have to cut something out earlier because this is a keeper. I'm saying that laughter and joy is like the denouement, is maybe the
Did
precursor.
my mother just show up?
I'm sorry, I have a full nose. Okay, I'm just trying to say when you use the word sex, SEX, right?
Let's talk about sex,
when
baby.
that part
Let's
is
talk about
happening,
you.
the actual act is happening.
Yeah.
You're not laughing. You're not laughing unless you're insane. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like,
I don't know.
I mean, can you imagine in the middle of right at the time? There's an arc. There's an arc to it. There's an
Go
arc
ahead.
to it.
You're
And
talking.
there's moments.
There's no Baja at climax. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know what Baja means in this context.
Baja laughter. Baja.
Oh, I went to Baja, California. So, and I'm like, are you in a desert? Are we on the dunes? Kind of, yeah. No, I mean, I don't.
No.
I'm just, Sex in the Sand is great.
Oh my
Come
God.
on, stop
Could
it.
we be more polar opposite
Look,
on
you gotta
this
get a
topic?
little texture in there. You gotta get
No, texture is for food,
just on
not
your whole
for
body. I
in
don't
your
mean
bung.
in there. Come on,
No.
come on. If you're not sweating during sex, are you doing it right? That's another one. Yes.
No, everybody sweats, but the laughter is what really has me here. If you're not,
Are you laughing in the middle? I feel like, what's funny? What's funny?
well, clearly the noises that I can't stand.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Clearly,
No, if something happens, yes. If something happens that's objectively funny, then you laugh, right? But there's nothing in sex that should be happening.
like when you straighten a
funny.
leg, and throw your other one over to keep rolling to get the other person on top, but you over roll or
crack
under
your
roll,
hip
or
and then you can't get up and now you're stuck like pretzels or
and
something.
something's bleeding and you don't know what it is, but you're not there yet,
Dogs
so
start
you're
throwing
gonna
up. I mean, these are things that are but you don't invent. You
dogs
don't add
watching,
to the
dogs
sex-
participating.
Oh no, God! Also not funny. Yeah, but these are not things that you add into the mix. Like, I'm looking for a little humor in my sex act.
You've
That's
never
like,
had a dog lick your hand while you're
come on,
in
I don't
bed?
want to talk about it. It's just
That's a
pass.
yes.
You're gross.
I'm not gross.
I don't
and-
want that.
And then discuss a threesome, and does this count? That's never happened to
Oh
you?
my God! No, that part has never happened. No. What? Okay. You
This
know
doesn't
what?
qualify, does it? It's
You know what? Can I just say to you,
Please
out
say
in
it.
the loud? Can I say, if sand is enough to make you go,
Yes.
but then a dog coming in and getting a little bestial on you while this is happening is cause for titters and giggling. You gotta shift your perspective.
Dear listener, I'm going to go
You got to
shift
do it in
my
the sand.
perspective.
You got to do it dirty. You got to get a little yard grease. on
Riding
you.
Dirty. That's another good song for your playlist. Riding Dirty.
That feels a little redneck-y.
Oh, it's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
I guess that's the thing. It's all based on the build. Like, you know what I mean? It's like one has to flow into the other organically. It has to be good. It's got to be, you got to pace it all out. Don't bring Billy Ocean to this fucking party. What in the hell,
I
gal?
love Billy Ocean.
That's
Shame
like
on you.
yacht rock. Well, that's if you're doing it yacht rock style. Then there's a lot of white bedding and, there's
You
soft
set the aesthetic.
lighting.
Yeah, you're an aesthetic setter. I'm a riding dirty girl. You're like, let's make it nice. You and fucking Dorinda are the same.
I don't know who Dorinda is. I will do it anywhere, anytime. I'm down. Let's go. It doesn't have to. I don't need accoutrement. I don't need mood lighting. I don't need music. I'm just trying to say, sometimes you want things to be nice. I don't like a fucking paper plate. I'm going to have a meal. I'm going to set the table. Why wouldn't I?
I
I'm
have
just
paper
saying,
plates that are plastic. They look like paper plates.
Fuck you
though,
and
with
your
the-
Corel. My point to you,
with the little ridges.
my point to you is, if it's important, if
Yeah.
it's special,
Yeah.
put some thought, some energy, some attention. Have a nice
Not-
set list.
So you don't have I have 7 minutes before the kids come home from
I
Wawa.
absolutely
Let's
don't
get
need
it.
7 minutes. Let's go. I'm here for it. I'm just saying,
Okay.
not everything is the drive-through. So set it nice. All I'm saying is, I would like to have a go-to playlist. If ever, whenever I think to make one, I fail ridiculously hard. And I think now Jock Jams is maybe the place to go.
Dun, 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 dun,
I don't know.
dun,
Now that I
dun,
say it, it sounds really ridiculous
dun,
to think that every time we watch a sporting
dun,
event, there's going to be a little bit
dun,
of
dun,
no,
dun,
that's not
dun,
going to work. Ew,
dun,
it doesn't
dun,
work.
dun.
Why do I
Hey!
think it would work? It
Dun,
doesn't work. Oh, God. Oh,
You
fuck.
spent your whole life watching sports. And
I
now-
thought it was going to work. No,
now you're
I
gonna-
meant for him. He's probably like, I'm used to looking at a bunch of men coming in to play sport. I don't want to think about padoink. No.
Da-da. Okay.
Okay.
So maybe not.
Well, I will go to a shot. Well, I'll report back.
Well, I think the dear listeners are going to come back to us with the answer to this question. Amy needs a playlist for sex. Tell
multiple,
us how
multiple, because the other thing is, sex, God love it, is a lot like food in that there are all kinds.
we say
Fast,
pizza.
slow. There's all kinds of pizza.
Right.
Fast, slow, ready-made, laboriously prepared, luxury, dirty, stolen, every kind you can have. All the kinds. They're all good. Yep.
I'll say things like, I have an itch that needs to be scratched. And be like,
Oh.
let's put on music. And be like, I don't have time for that shit. I got to get to the bus stop in 8 minutes. 8 minutes? We could do it twice. Just kidding. I love you, baby. I know you're listening. Dear listener, we know you're listening also. And for that, we are super grateful. Tell a friend. God damn it. Tell a friend.
Yes, invite one person to listen to this show. And
That's
if you don't
your
like
assignment.
this one, pick one that made you laugh so hard you had to pull the car over. We know they exist. Find that one and share it with somebody else. It helps us.
Pick one that made you pull the car over in South Carolina and take a shit right there in the middle of the street and then keep going. You think that's funny? Well, go back and listen to the story if you haven't heard it. It's worth it. We love you. We're grateful for you. Come again.
Woo! Bye.
Bye.